David Simmons.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Characteristic of good education settings is that there are opportunities to be challenged, and education must be a place for open minds rather than a place for narrow minds. Speaking personally, university was an opportunity to have my view of the world challenged. As a newly minted student, I joined the Durham Union Society, a venerable debating society which is known for bringing a very wide range of speakers in front of the student body. And it gave me a chance, and thousands of other students, a chance to hear from people on a range of issues, from nuclear power to environmentalism to various forms of human rights. A chance to hear from people whose views were simply beyond the range of anything I ever heard or learnt about at my school in the South Wales valleys. I heard from Dave Nellis, the inspiration for privatised Dave Spart of the Looney Left, who set out a very robust defence of his view of socialism, something I'd never heard about or learnt about in my life. I heard Peter Tatchell, who set out a robust defence of direct action in pursuit of his campaign about gay rights, and more importantly, heard him articulate in a way that many like me will have heard for the first time at university, the long history of injustice and prejudice that needed to be addressed. And then we heard and saw his commitment to that action in opposition to the appointment of a Bishop of Durham, who he regarded as having been a hypocrite on that issue. And I heard the opportunity to encounter speakers representing organisations as diverse as the Monday Club on the extreme right and the British Communist Party on the extreme left, and every point in between. And I strongly believe, Madam Deputy Speaker, that I am in good company in that these diverse range of challenges to what I'd learnt, what I perceived about the world, helped me to become, as I believe I am, a more socially liberal and a more enlightened person. And it certainly developed my interest in and my commitment to politics. And it is clear from the engagement I've had with constituents who are students, who are part of the academic life of many of our university campuses across the country, that there is a serious and well-founded and genuine concern that the actions of some in our university system have had a chilling effect on their ability to speak freely, to ensure that future generations of students are able to enjoy the benefit of having their prejudices and their views challenged on whichever side of the spectrum. And so whilst I strongly welcome the fact that we will continue to have, and completely unaffected by this bill, very robust laws that will tackle hate speech in all its forms, that will deal with the many prejudices that we have as a society decided are unacceptable, and where we have enshrined protections for people in the Equality Act, that we will also have measures in place to ensure that the freedom of speech of our academics, of our students, and the ability of future generations to be challenged and to develop their thinking in a way that is fundamentally important and that we see going on every day in our House of Commons, in our parliamentary democracy, that is preserved for future generations. And we do not see a narrowing of the thinking and narrowing of the debate in our universities, but we ensure that they remain what they have been for generations, a place where open minds can thrive, where prejudices can be challenged, and that we can develop our thinking as a society in a way that then contributes to our national life. So for all of those reasons, Madam Deputy Speaker, it seems to me that the proposal from government, what's come forward to us today, is a sensible step. We need to demonstrate to those academics, those students who have these concerns, that we take them seriously, that if we are to be the bastion of democracy that we wish to be, that we will ensure that free speech is something which can happen in our universities and in every other part of our education system as well. And that is the reason why I strongly support the legislation that's coming forward from government. And I hope that it will bring about the great benefit of demonstrating that the United Kingdom is genuinely committed, not just to tackling those who would peddle hate in our universities and other education settings, not just those who would peddle prejudice, but we're also determined to be a place where open minds can thrive and where free debate and free speech can thrive for the long-term benefit of our democracy.